Hello friends, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to my channel Iballdesigningdeveloper. Like in the previous videos, we have done many of the things using many different languages. Like we have built many of the projects using Java and Android Studio, and I hope you understand that all projects we have done yet. So today we are not using Java and Android Studio to build an amazing tutorial video. We are just building an amazing project today in this video. It will be really big project here, and today we are building an amazing personal portfolio website, and this will be really amazing personal portfolio website which we are building, and I hope you'll be understanding this project which we are building from the start. So in the after this introduction, I will be giving you the demo of this personal portfolio website. So remember to check it out, and we are building it using Next.js 13 and Tailwind CSS from the start. I will be showing you, and I will be telling you that what are the things included in this amazing website, or you can say personal portfolio template which we are building from start. So remember to hit a like to this video, and if you are new on this channel, hit the subscribe button, and after subscribing, hit notification bell so more people can learn and they can understand how we can build this project using these all amazing languages. So now we'll be starting with our video and seeing how we are just building this project and what things we will be including in this project from the start. So just like I'm telling you in the start, like we are just building an amazing portfolio website today. So this is our amazing portfolio website which we are building here. So we have used many of the libraries in this amazing portfolio website, which I will be showing you how we are building it from start. Like today we will be just building this portfolio website using Next.js 13, and I will be also using Tailwind CSS in this portfolio website which we are building. So it will be really amazing and special video for you all, and I just you can say I've just also put the post on community. You can check that, like I will be bringing up really amazing video. So this is the amazing project which we are just building today in this video, an amazing portfolio website from start. We are building it using Next.js 13 and Tailwind CSS, which I'm telling you in the start. We will be also using the library of Bootstrap in this. So this video will be really helpful, and I hope you'll be understanding this project which we are building our portfolio website. So if you understand this video from start, so remember to hit a like to this video, and if you're new on this channel, hit the subscribe button, and after subscribing, hit notification bell so more people can learn and they can understand how we can build this project. So now we'll be starting with our demo, and I will be telling you what are the things included in this amazing portfolio website which we are building from the start using Next.js 13 and Tailwind CSS. So first of all, you can see we are just getting an amazing Patrick's logo at the top here. You can give any of the logo here. I've just given an example logo of Patrick's. You can put your own name as well if you want to just put. Then after this, we are getting an amazing background color of purplish color, and at the back we are getting an amazing box shadow which is looking really awesome. At the right side, we are getting all our navbar menus, like we are getting home, services, testimonials, FAQA, portfolio, contact, and we are getting an amazing hover effect on all these navbar menus which I have just put. You can give any of the effect, like you can give box shadow here, you can give background colors, and you can also give the text color if you want to get, like I have just given. Then here at the right, we are also getting a phone number. You can write an example phone number here at the right side, which I have written. I have also written an example phone number. You can write any other phone number as well if you are making original site for your own self, like if you are building an amazing portfolio website which you want to publish on Google. So you can just use your original number here. Then we are just getting an amazing heading here. You can just write here your name, like I've written, hey, I am Patrick. You can write any other name as well. Like I will be telling you how you can change, and when we will be building this, so I will be changing this Patrick to my name Inshal, and I will be telling you that how you can change its name and how we are changing. And if you want to change the logo, you can change logo as well, but I will be not changing logo because I'm not having any my logo. So you can change the logo if you want to change, but I will be only changing the name which is written Patrick here. Then this is a small text which I have written. You can give any of the random text, or if you are building it for your own self, so you can give a text about you, means a short description about you. You can write in this paragraph, which is a 3-line paragraph. And then we are getting an amazing get in touch button, means when the user will press this button, so it will be taking the user to the contact section where the user will be writing its contact info to contact your website or to contact your own self. So then after this, at the right, we are getting one video here. You can just play the video by pressing this, or if you want to just put any other picture or image, like vector image or any other image like your own self image, you can put here, but I've just put a video section here so user can see the video about my site, like what things I will be giving to the user. Then down we are just getting an amazing section which is saying we trusted by companies like Microsoft, Google, Walmart, Airbnb, Amazon, CNN. Means I have just written all these random companies here, and these are the trusted companies which will be using or which you will be using in your site. So these are the companies you can just put. Then these are services here, like what services you will offer. You can write in short paragraph here. I've written random lorem ipsum paragraph, but if you are offering any service to your users or any service to your clients or customers, so you can write that here in this small paragraph of 3 lines. Then we are just getting like I am offering the service which is marketing. So you can write one paragraph about marketing, like which type of marketing you will be providing to your customers through this site. And you can also you can just put one learn more button. So here when the user will be pressing this button, so it will be taking to the more details of your marketing section. Like user can read more details about your marketing section, like what marketing, like what type of marketing you will be offering to your customers. Then at the right, we are also getting one vector image. You can put any other image as well about marketing. Then you will be also offering web development, like I've just put here. So you can also put web development if you are building the site related to IT, or if you are building it related to any software. So you can write any of your services which you will be providing. I've just written randomly marketing in the web development. You can write a short paragraph about your like what service you will offer. Like I've written web development, so I will be writing a short paragraph about web development, which will be of 3 lines, and the learn more button from which user can learn about more about your service which you will be offering here. Then at the left we are getting a vector image. So I've just put some patterns here. Like here I've just put one pattern. I've taken my text to left, and at the right vector image. Then here I put one pattern, like I take my vector image to left side and my text to the right side. So it should be having some beautiful effect here. Then down we are getting cloud hosting. If you are offering cloud hosting service to your users, you can put cloud hosting as well. Like I'm offering to my users, so I've just put a cloud hosting and a logo of cloud hosting at the top from Bootstrap, which I've just taken. Then this is the paragraph about cloud hosting. You can write, I've written Lauren with some random text. And then this is the learn more button. So when the user will be pressing this button, so it will be taking you more, like user can read more info about your service which you are offering to your user. Like cloud hosting, if you are offering web development or marketing, so user can learn about your service which you are offering. Then at the right we are getting one vector image. So here we are also getting one pattern design. You can see like zigzag, or you can say like this design which is looking really awesome. Then we are getting the testimonial section. Here you will be getting the reviews of the testimonials about your service which you are offering through your site. So you will be you can just write here whatever client says, and you can just write the text about client, like what your client say about your service and your website, and you can give, and the client will give you rating. So you can just put your rating here as well, and you can give the client photo and the client name, and you can also write like what post he is offering, or what post he is on in his company, like he is founder or CEO on his company or whatever. You can just write here, and then you can just press this sliders to move forward your testimonials, and you can see like how many testimonials you are having. So I've just put 4 testimonials in my site. You can put many of the testimonials as well if you want to put. Then down we are again getting the same pattern, and then we are getting FAQ, which is called features answer question, or you can say frequently answer question, which is get or user ask these questions. And I just also put this section which is looking really good, and you can see you will be getting all the questions which are frequently user ask about, like what features you are having in your site, how you can get started with this site after your free trial, and if you want to pay, so how much you have to pay. You can write all that stuff. Then you can also write one question like you can be refunded if you are not satisfied with this site. So you can write answer about here as well. Then down we are getting some latest work, like you can show your portfolio work, like what work you have done previously and give it to your clients or to your users or to your customers. You can put here, and you can write one paragraph about like what type of work you are offering through your site. So you can see I've just put some of the random pictures here, and here I've just put an amazing pop-up effect. You can see which I have put using Tailwind CSS. So I will be also telling you how we have just put this amazing effects and how we are building it. Then we are getting all, you can press website design mockup. Means you can just take it in any of the category. If you want these categories should not be different, it will be means all the projects which you have done should be coming in one category. So you can just only write, you can only just write nothing. You can only write latest work, and you don't need to write this thing. But I have just make this thing so I can just show you if you want that different things should be in different menus. So how you can make it. Then down we are just getting get started, means user can contact your site or with your own self by using this contact section. You can just see this. User can read like 100% he will be satisfied and he will be guaranteed about his work, and you will be also getting what will be the next steps of your like client, like they will be preparing the proposal, means your website will be preparing the proposal, and then you will be discussing with your clients, and then you will be starting the discussion and all that, like phone number, email, and the address of your location. Means if you are having office, you can put the location of your office as well. These are some of the social media icons where user can contact you, and then these are some of the description. Means you can say 1 to 2 line description. You can write about your company, what your company does, how projects your company make, and all that stuff. Then these are the products which your company offer. Useful links you can just put here. Then this is the contact section, how many numbers, email address you are having. Then user can contact you by filling this form, like he can write his first name, last name, email address, and the message which he want to give to you or to your website. Then he can contact you. So like this we just get. And one thing is also really good in this side, like I'm getting an amazing button, and from this button you can directly go to top. This button is I've just built it using Next.js, and I will be telling you how we have just built. So in this button I've also used some of the JavaScript, because when we are just building like these functionality buttons, so we have to use JavaScript in that. So I will be telling you how we have used JavaScript to build this button and how we have used Next.js. So like this we are building the site here. So I hope you understand this, what is the demo of this site and how we are building it from start, what things will be including in this site here. So remember to just see this video from start to end so you can learn how to build this amazing full stack site which we are building here, or you can say portfolio website which we are building from start using Next.js and Tailwind, CSS, and some of the JavaScript. But we have also done to just make these buttons or give some dynamic effects at the back here. So just now we'll be starting with our video from start and seeing that how we are building this amazing portfolio website from start. So just now, like I'm telling you, we are just building an amazing project here. So just now we'll be starting with our project which we are building today in this video here. So today I'm telling you that we are just building an amazing project here, and today we are just building an amazing personal portfolio site which we are building through Next.js and Tailwind CSS. So now we'll be starting with our video here and seeing that how we are just building this amazing personal portfolio website which I've shown you in the start. So now we will be starting with our video and seeing that. So for building this amazing portfolio site, I will be opening folder which I have already created of my location of downloads, and here I'm just getting this Patrick. So I will be opening this folder directly here on my default code editor which is VS Code. Then I will be moving to my main file which is here. So I will be now dragging and I will be moving down in this main file here directly. After moving down in this main file, I will be removing all the code because I will be not needing these all stuff here. These are the whole codes which we have just used already. So I will be not needing these all stuff and I will be removing this. After removing that all things, I will be removing this comment section also because we will be not using comment here. But if you want to use, if you are having like problems when you are not using comments, so you can use comment as your header, navbar, like this you can write through comments. Then we will be saving this and opening this file through our default Google Chrome browser. This was our folder. Okay, Patrick's one was our folder. This was our file. So I will be directly right clicking and opening this. You can see we are getting all the stuff here, and I will be now doing it side by side. So I will be making my coding side bigger here. Press Ctrl V to close side panel, and then you can see at the right side we are getting our you can say interface menu, and then you have to just do like this. After doing it, you have to directly do one thing. You have to move after this body tag. And after this body tag, you have to now just start the main code because we will be now starting our main code through navbar. Because first of all, when we are building any site, so we'll just create navbar of that. And in the start, I've also shown you we have just built a navbar. Then we are building our all the site with the pattern. So now we'll be starting with our navbar here. So for creating navbar, you have to create a nav tag here in this menu, and then you have to create a class here. And in this class, I will be writing navbar, and here I will be writing navbar dash expand. You have to write lg navbar, and here I will be writing dark menu. Then you have to directly write here shadow and write here fixed top like this. Then you have to directly move down and create here div class container. After writing this div class container, you have to move down and create a tag here. Then I will be removing this href and directly writing here the class of navbar bread. So you have to write this. Then in the center, you have to just now write here href like this, and then you have to move down. Create an image. I will be writing here images slash logo, which is my image which we will be using in this project here. Then I will be writing here the button tag, and here I will be creating a class of navbar toggler. Then write here the type, which is the button. Then you have to write here data vs toggle, and then I will be writing here collapse. Then you have to directly move down, or you can directly start from here data vs target, and data vs target should be like navbar, and then write here nav. Here you have to write area controls. So here I will be writing area controls is equals to navbar nav like this. Then you have to move in the here, and then write here area expanded. And after writing this area expanded, I will be writing here false. Then you have to directly write here area label as well, And in area label, I will be writing here toggle navigation, like we have written in all the previous projects. Like we were just using area label in our previous websites also and our projects when we were just building. Then I will be moving down and creating a span tag here, which will be having the class of navbar toggler. Then I will be writing here icon. Save it here. Reload. You can see we are getting our navbar here, which is looking good. Then you have to directly do one thing. You have to create a div. So you will be thinking that why we are getting the navbar and the logo with the color effect. So we are getting this with the color effect because we are using library, and I should tell you in the start we will be using bootstrap library here. You can see this is the bootstrap library which we are using. Then I will be changing the title to like personal, like this, and I will be writing portfolio website. Save it here, then reload. So you can see now we are just getting the title as well, which is changed. Then we have to now directly move here, and I'm not telling you that this website is responsive as well. In the end, I will be showing you how we are making it responsive, what effect we are just put in this site. Then after getting this all stuff, after this button tag, you have to create a div tag. Then you have to create a collapse tag. Then write here navbar collapse, and here you have to write justify content, and I will be writing here end. Then you have to create a ID here. In ID, I will be writing navbar nav. Then you have to move down and create UL tag, means unordered list here. And then I will be writing here navbar nav like this and create li tag, give here class here. Then I will be writing nav item. Then you have to directly write here a tag and remove this href, write here class. In class, I will be writing nav link and write here active. Then you have to now move here and write here area current, and then you have to write here page. Right here href, and in this I will be writing my main file name, and you have to write here home. So like this we have written home. Then you have to move down again and create another li tag, create here same class of nav item, a tag, and then I will be writing here class, and in class I will be writing nav link like this, and then I will be writing just href again, but I will be changing this href to services. So here I will be writing services like this. Then you have to directly write here services. Then after writing this tag, you have to now just create another li tag because we were getting many of the navbar menus which I have shown you in the start. So I will be creating another nav item here, a tag, then remove this href. In the end, we will be writing nav link href. Then I will be writing here hashtag, which will be like testimonials. So here I will be now writing. Then you have to write here testimonials again like this. After writing this tag, you have to move down. After this tag, write here li tag class nav item again, and now you have to create a tag, and then you have to write here class, which should be nav link. So here I will be writing nav link, create href. This time I will be now writing here FAQ, and here I will be writing FAQ like this. Then you have to write here li tag class nav item, and write here a tag. Then remove this href class nav link again, like at the top we have written, and create another href, and hashtag I will be writing portfolio. So here user can show their portfolio work to their clients or to their user who are visiting their website. Then again you have to create li tag with the class. Then again in the a tag you have to create another class nav link and write here href. In the href here I will be writing contact this time, and here I will be writing contact. Save it. So you can see now we are just getting here save button. Then you have to move after the UL tag, create a button type button here. Then you have to write class rounded, and then write here fill bt and rounded. Then you have to save it here and then reload. So here if I press this, you can see we are getting all the navbar menus, means that it's working, but this button is empty because we have written nothing here. So I will be directly moving down and writing a number in this button. You can write any of the random number like I've shown you at the start, so that like that you can write a number here. Then create a span tag in this. Here I tag I will be writing FA as FA dash full all. Like this I have given the full, like you can say full logo. Then if I just show you, you can see we are getting a full number written here, which is looking awesome. Now we are getting all the navbar menus, which is looking good. Then when you are getting that all stuff, you have to move after the nav tag which we have created. Now we have completed our navbar, and we have to start with our main home section or main landing page which we are building here. Then we have to just create another section, and in this section I will be writing here ID home because this is the home page which we are now creating. Then I will be writing here intro section. You have to now directly write here div class of container. Then you have to write here div class, which should be like row, and then write here align items, and right here center. Then right here text white like this. So here I will be now directly writing here align item center and right here text white, and then you have to directly move down and create here div class, and in div class I will be writing call md6 and right here intros and right here text start. So I will be now creating text start here, h1 class display, and I will be writing here 2. Then after writing this, you have to now create a tag which should be like spell tag, create here class display 2, and then write here intro like this. Then in the center I will be writing a like this, and I will be writing I am. Like I'm telling you, I will be changing the name, so I'm writing my name. So I can show you the change which we have done here. Then I will be creating another class in the sphere which should be same display 2, but here it should be description, and then I will be writing here LH base. So I will be writing this. Then when you've written this, you have to directly move down and create a small paragraph here. So which I showed you in the start. So I will be writing this is a multi-purpose. Then I will be writing responsive layout like this, and I will be writing here created with Next.js, and then I will be writing v5. This is the version of Bootstrap which I have written here, v5, which is the library which we are using. Then I will be writing here your head. Then I will be writing place your description text. So this is the random text which I have written. Create a button of type which should be button. Here in this I will be creating a class which should be rounded, fill, and right here btn rounded. Then in center I will be writing get in touch, which I have showed you. Then when the user has written this the name of the button, then here you have to move after this close button tag, and then here you have to move under this tag here, and like here spend tag like this, I tag class here you have to create which should be FA arrow, because in the start I have showed you the arrow as well with my button. Reload, you can see now I'm getting here, hey I am Inshan, this is the text which we are getting, and then we are just getting like get in touch button which I showed you, and with the arrow as well. Then when you are getting all that stuff here, you have to move down after this close div tag, create div tag again, right here call md6, then right here intros text end. Then you have to move down, create div tag. So here I will be creating a div tag with class of video box. So here after this at the right we should be creating video here, then create images tag here, and right here arts slash, and right here intro section illustration, and this is the thing which we will be using. Then you have to create a class of image fluid here. Then in this I will be creating a tag which should be class, and right here glide box. Then you have to now write here position, and in position I will be writing absolute. So after writing this you have to write here top 50 start 50, then write here translate middle like this. Then when you've written this you have to move down, create spend tag, and then you have to write here I tag, create class which should be FA play, and write here circle. Then when you've written this you have to create here spend tag, and then you have to write here class. So you can see we have just now written here class, and in class I will be writing border animation, then I will be writing here border animation again, and then write here border 1. Then when you've written this you have to write here spend tag class, and write here border animation, and write here border animation. Then when you've written this you have to write here border 2. Then when you've written this thing just here, you have to now directly do one thing, you have to move down after this tag like this, and write here svg tag, and in svg here you have to now just write xmlns. Then here you have to just give here http, then write here www.w3.org/2000, then write here svg. Then we have to now write here view box like this. So here I will be writing view box is equals to 0001440,320. Then you have to write here path. So here I will be now writing path is equals to like this, and you have to now directly close this tag. And after closing this you have to now directly move here, and then our close part tag has been also closed, you can see, which is looking good. Then in the fill tag we have to just write here the color, so it should be randomly white here, and after writing the white you have to write here fill opacity. So here I will be writing fill opacity 1, then I will be writing d is equals to, and here we will be writing some number here, so it should be like m0, 160 l48, then you have to write 176c96, then you have to write here 192.224 like this here, Then after writing this, you have to directly press Ctrl C, and I will be moving in my main file here. Then you have to now just do one thing. I will be moving to my main file and creating another one. So here you have to directly do one thing. I will be copying this extract file here to my D drive here and pasting it here, and press continue. So you can see this is the file. Extract the file here, and you can see our file has been extracted here. So we will be getting our file running here in this folder, I think. So here I will be moving down to check where my file is. Here we should be getting our file, I think. Okay, so our file name is Patrick's, which we are getting here. Then this was our main file. So I will be opening this file with my notepad, which is the random. Then we have to copy a SVG menu, which we are getting here. You can also copy the SVG menu here. So I will be moving at the top. Okay, here we are getting this. You can see this is the path which we are getting. So I will be now moving here, and then this was the part which I want. So here I will be now just directly doing one thing. I will be now copying this path here, and after copy this path, you have to directly move here, and then you have to paste this path here. After pasting this, you have to now remove the section tag from here and remove all that stuff which we are getting here, like this one, like this, and remove this SVG and path as well. So now we are getting all that stuff, and it is good here. After getting this, you have to move after this section tag here and create another section tag which will be of company. So here you have to give the ID here. So here I will be now giving here the section tag which should be getting the ID. ID should be companies, and then I will be writing here class, and in class I will be writing here companies like this. So I'm writing wrong spelling because I will be creating a class of that, and class or ID will be same. Because of that I'm using the wrong spelling here. So here you can see we have just written this. After writing, you have to create here div class container, and then you have to write here div class row, and write here text center. Then you have to now write here h4 class, and I will be writing here fw goal, and write here lead md3. Then you have to write here trusted by companies like this. Then create a div tag with the class of heading, and in heading I will be writing line md5 like this. Then when you written this, you have to now directly create a div class container and write here div class row here. Then you have to write here div class call4 means column md4, and write here call lg2. Then you have to move down, create here div class, and write here companies. So here I will be now writing companies again with the wrong spelling, and I will be writing here logo box, and write here shadow as well. Then you have to directly write here images slash, and write here companies like this, and then here you have to write company again. Then when you've written this, you have to write one.png like this, and write here title, and after writing title you have to write here company like this, and write here one logo. Then you have to write here class image fluid like this. Then when you've written this, you have to move down, create div class, and write here call md4. So after creating call md4, you have to write call ng, and in call ng I will be writing 2 like this. Then you have to write here div class, and write here companies, and then you have to write underscore like this, and write here logo, and write box shadow. Then I will be writing sm. Then you have to directly write here images companies like this, and write here slash company again. And then after writing this, you have to write 2.png. Then when you've written this, you have to give here the title. In the title I will be writing company, and I will be writing here 2 logo. Then when you've written this, you have to create class of image fluid. Save it here and then reload. You can see we are getting all that stuff. We are getting the video and the trusted companies section here as well, which is running good. Then you have to create another tag here, which should be like company 3. So I will be now writing here div class call md4, right here call lg2, and write div class, and write here companies like this, underscore logo. And then you have to now write here box like this, and write here shadow sm. Then you have to write here another tag which will be like image source images slash companies. Then I will be writing here another tag which will be like company 4, which is okay. So this was the 3 one. Then here you have to give the title which should be company 3, and then I will be writing here logo. Then when you've written this, here you have to directly write here the class. In class I will be now writing here company like this, and here I will be now just writing here free logo like this. And after writing this thing, you have to now directly do one thing. Here I will be moving in this, and then I will be writing here image fluid like this. And then you have to directly do one thing here, like I will be moving down in this tab and create here the div class call md4, call lg2 like this. Then when you've written this, you have to create here div class companies. Then when you've written this, you have to directly then you have to move down right here logo box shadow sm. Then you have to now write here div class, or you can write here image, and in image I will be writing images slash companies. Then I will be now writing here a tag which will be like company 4 like this. Then when you've written this, you have to write here title company, and then write here code logo like this, and create here class image fluid like this thing. Then when you've written this, you have to now directly move down, create div class call md or call lg, and write here 2. Then you have to create here the div class of companies like this, and then you have to now directly write here logo and write here box shadow sm. Then you have to create here div class companies, and then when you've written this thing, just here you have to directly write here underscore logo like this, and right here dash box shadow sm. Then you have to directly write here images slash companies, and write here company 5 like this. Give here the title. In title I will be now writing here company like this, write here 5 logo, and after writing this, you have to create here class image and write here fluid. Then when you've written this, you have to directly do one thing. Here I will be now just moving down after this tag which we are getting. So here after moving down, you have to create another div tag with the class call md4, right here call lg2. Then you have to write here div and create here class which should be companies, and write here underscore which should be logo box shadow sm. Then you have to write here images slash companies company. Then I will be now writing here company 6 which we are getting. Title you have to write here company, and then you have to now write like this 6 logo, and write here class image fluid. Then when you've written this, save it here, and after saving this, you have to now directly do one thing. You have to move after the section tag which we have created now, then reload. You can see we are getting all these companies which we bought here, and it is looking good in the responsive effect as well. You can see good looking is this. Then when you are getting all these things here, you have to directly do one thing. We have to now move here in this tag, and you can see we are getting all that stuff which is looking good. But we have to check one thing, like we are getting all the things perfectly or not. So here we have to now directly do one thing. We have to now check it again. So we are now getting the div class companies here like this, and you can see we are just getting it perfectly good, and here also we are just getting. And now when you're getting all that stuff here, you have to now directly do one thing. Here we have just changed the image to company like this, and we have just used the image fluid here which is looking good. Okay, so I will be moving forward to check the image fluid is perfect or not. Okay, so image fluid is also perfect. So now we have to just do one thing, like here we have to move down after the section tag which we have created now. So you can see down this was the section tag. Then you have to create another section tag here, and this one will be of services. So here I will be writing services, and write here class services. Then here you have to write the services which you will be offering to your site, to your users. So here I will be writing div class container. Then create here another div class which should be like row text center. Then when you've written this, you have to create h1 class and write here display 3. Then you have to write here fw bold. Then in center I will be writing our services. Then you have to just directly write here div class, and then you have to now write here heading like this, and here I will be writing line md1. Then you have to now just move down, create div class, and write here row pt2, then write here pv2 like this, and write here empty 0. So here I will be now writing empty 0 md3. Then you have to now write here div class, and in div class I will be writing call md6 and write here border right. Then you have to now write here div class, and I will be writing here bg wide. Then I will be writing p3. Then you have to now write here h2 class, and I will be now just writing here fw bold. So here I will be writing fw bold, Then right here text capitalized. So here I will be now writing text capitalized like this, and right here text center. Then when you've written this, you have to write here our services range from. Then I will be writing initial design like this, and I will be now writing here to deployment. So here after this we have to now write here anywhere, then I will be writing anytime. Then when you've written this, you have to directly move after the two divs which we have created and create a div class of call empty, and then I will be writing 6. Here you have to create another div class of like bg byte, and then you have to write here p4 text start. Then you have to now write here p-text class and write here fw, and which should be live. Then you have to write here lorem ipsum text which we have written. So it will be not really big text. It should be a simple text which I will be writing dollar sit with consent people like this. Then you have to write here keep like this. Then you have to write here texto like this. Then you have to write here dicta maxim. Then you have to write here laborum like this. I'm writing a random text here. Then you have to now write here temporibus, and then write here $in, and then you have to write here se, and write dollar $3 into it. Then you have to write here coas like this. Now when you've written this small, you can say paragraph, here you have to create another small paragraph which should be like this, and I will be now just writing here like email like this, and then write here no less ERs like this, and write here tempore, and write here dosimus like this, and write here no less PI, and then write here intolerant and email like this. Now when you've written this, you have to directly copy this text which we have written by pressing Ctrl C, and then you have to now directly move down after the 4 divs which we have created here, and then you have to create another div of container, and write here div class row like this, and write here div class, write here call lg6. Then you have to now write here call empty6, and then write here call sm12, write here call access12. Then here you have to write services empty4. Then you have to now directly write here div class and write here services content. Then when you written this, you have to now move down, create div class which should be like icon d block like this, and then write here FAS paper. Then you have to write here play. Then when you've written this, you have to directly move down after this tag, create here HP class, and then write here display which should be 3, and write here title like this, and then you have to write here empty1. Then I will be writing here marketing like this. Then when you just written this thing, here we have to directly move down, create here p tag, and write here class lg, and then you have to now write here the same text which we have written at the top. So I will be pasting the text here. Then you have to create here button type, and then I will be writing here button. Then you have to create here class which should be rounded fill like this, and write here bpn rounded. Then you have to write here border primary. Then you have to now directly move down, create here learn mode like this. Then you have to write here span tag, I tag class, and write here FAS FA arrow right. Then when you've written this, you have to directly move after the 2 divs, create here div class, and then write here call lg6, and write here call empty6, call sm12, call access12 services, and write here empty4 text, and here I will be now writing. Then you have to now move down, create div class, and write here services, and in this I will be writing underscore pic. Here you have to now directly write here images slash, write here services, and then write here service1. So this is the image which we will be using here. Then you have to directly create class image row. Then when you've written this, you have to move down, create div class row, and then you have to write here div class call lg, and then write here 6 call empty6, write here call sm12 like this, and write here call access12. Then write here services, and I will be writing empty4. Then write here text start. Then when you've written this, you have to write like this, and then you have to move down. After writing this, you have to now directly write here div class, which should be like services underscore pic. Then you have to now write here images slash, and write here services slash and write here service 2. Then when you written this, you have to write here class, write image fluid. Then when you've written this, you have to move down, create div class which should be call lg6. Then write here call md which should be 6, call sm12, and write here call access12. Write services here mp4. Then you have to now directly write here div class services content like this. Then you have to move down, create a tag here which should be like under 2 underscores I will be now writing here. Then write here div class, and then I will be writing here icon d block like this, and write here FAS FA4. And you have to now directly just move down, create h3 tag here, and write here class which should be display 3, and write here title like this, and then you have to write here empty1. Then you have to now write here web development like this, and then you have to move down and create 3 tag class lh and write here lb. Then you have to now paste the text which we have just copied here. Then create another button, type should be button like this, and write here class rounded bill. So here I will be now writing vt and rounded. Then I will be writing border primary. Then you have to directly move down, and after moving down, write here learn more which will be the button name, and then create a spend tag, I tag class, and write here FAS arrow right. Then when you return this, you have to save it, and after saving this, you have to move after the divs which we have created here. These are 3 divs which we have created, and after moving down, you have to just create here the div class row tag, and now from here we will be starting the cloud hosting content which we have created. Reload here, and you can see now we are getting all that stuff here. You can see down, which is looking good, and now I think it is looking really awesome for you all. You can see good looking is that. Then when you're getting all that stuff, you have to directly just move down, and after moving down, just you have to now move in the row tag here, and here I will be creating a div class call md, and right here 6, right here call md6, right here call sm12, and right here call access12, right here services mp4. So here I will be now writing this. Then after writing this tag, you have to write here div class which should be like services, and write here content. Then you have to now directly write here div class which should be icon d block, and then you have to write here FAS FA cloud, and then you have to now directly write here upload, and write here all. Then you have to now directly move down and write here h3 like this, write here class, and in class I will be now just writing here display which should be 3 like this, and write here title, and in title I will be now just writing here empty1. Then write here cloud hosting. Then when you just written this, you have to directly write here tag class lh lg. Then when you've written this, you have to now paste this here and write here button which should be having the type of button again. Then write here class rounded. Then I will be writing here bill btn rounded, and here I will be writing border primary, and then you have to now just write here learn more like this. Then you have to create a spend tag, I tag class, and write here FAS FA arrow right. Then when you've written this thing, just here you have to directly move after the 2 divs which we have created. Write here div tag, create here class call lg6, and write here call md6, call sm12, and call access. Here I will be writing 12. Right here services should be like empty4. Then I will be writing here text end. Then you have to directly move down and create here a div tag, and in this div tag I will be now writing here services underscore div. Then I will be writing images slash, and write here services slash service 3. Then when you've written this, you have to create here a tag which will be like class, which should be image 12. Then save it here and move down after the section tag which we have created. Create another section of ID testimonials like this, and then you have to write here class testimonials. So here I will be now writing testimonials, and after writing this tag, you have to move down and write here svg, and in this svg tag I will be writing xml and s. Then here I will be writing http/w3, or you can say www.w3.org/2000, and then you have to write here /svg. Then you have to now write here view box like this is equals to, and right here 0 0 1 4 4 0 3 2 0. Then you have to write like this thing, and right here path fill is equals to, and right here white. Then you have to directly move here and then right here fill opacity. So here I will be now writing here fill opacity is equals to, and then here I will be writing 1D is equals to like this, and you have to close it. After closing this tag, you have to now just paste the link which we will be now copying here. So I will be again moving to my local text D. Down we were just getting our folder, so you can see this is the pet text one. So I will be moving in this, and then this was our main file. So I will be opening it with Notepad here. After opening this with the Notepad here, we have to move down to check where we are getting our folder. So you can see this was the clouders thing. Okay, so this is the thing which we want. So I will be now directly moving here, and then till here I will be saving this. So press Ctrl C. Then you have to directly paste it here. You can see we have pasted it, same here. And after saving this, you have to now create a class underneath this. So I will be now moving after this svg tag here and create a div class of container. So I will be writing here div class container. Right here div class row text center like this, and right here text white. Then when you written this, you have to create here h1 tag, create a class display cream, and then write here fw code. Then in the center, I will be writing testimonials like this. Then you have to move down here and write here hr. Right here style is equals to width and weight pixels, and right here height should be like 3 pixels. Then when you've written this, you have to create class. So here I will be now closing, and then I will be now writing here the class of mx auto. Then you have to now move down, write here p tag class which should be lead pt1. Then here I will be writing what our client says, our saying you can say. Then when you are just writing this tag, you have to directly write here div class, write row align items center. Then you have to move down and create div id, write here carousel and write example like this, and write here captions. Then you have to write here carousel slide like this, and then when you've written this, you have to write data ps ride is equals to carousel. Then when you've written this tag, you have to now create div class here, and in div class I will be now just writing here a tag which will be like carousel inner. Then when you've written this, you have to write here div class, and here I will be writing testimonials. Then I will be now writing here card. Then here I will be just now doing one thing. I will be directly pressing Ctrl Z here and create div class again, and then I will be now writing first of all here carousel item. So here I will be pressing Ctrl Z, write here div class carousel and write here item active. Then you have to now directly move down, create div class testimonials. So here I will be now writing testimonials underscore card. Then you have to now directly write here p tag class and write here lhlg, and you have to write I tag class and write here a tag which will be write FAS code and write here left. Then when you've written this, here you have to move down and paste the text which we are getting. So our text was at the top, you can see this one. So I will be now directly copying this text by pressing Ctrl C and moving down, pasting this text here, and then you have to press tab here. By pressing tab, it should be moving forward. Now when you've written this thing, just here you have to now directly move after this tag, like till here I want, so I will be doing till here. Now when you've just written this, you have to move down, create here I tag, and in this I tag I will be writing class FA code, and I will be writing here right. After writing this, you have to now create div class directly here, and in div class I will be writing ratings p1. Then you have to move down and write here I tag class FA dash star. Then you have to directly do one thing. You have to write here I tag class FA star. Then write here again class FA star, and write here class FA star. Then when you've written this, you have to create another time class FA star. Then when you've written this thing, just you have to now move down and write here div class testimonials. Then you have to write here picture like this. Then when you've written this, you have to write here images slash write here testimonials, and then write here client one. Then you have to directly write here class rounded. Then after writing this, you have to write here circle image fluid. Then you have to now directly do one thing. You have to move down and write here div class testimonials. Then when you've written this, you have to directly write your name and write your h3 like this, and write here the name of the user. So I will be writing my name here. Then you have to write here p tag create a class which will be fw light. So here I will be writing in center. I will be writing the name of the user. So I will be writing here CEO and founder. Then you have to write here div class and create here carousel item. And in this carousel item, I will be writing here div class testimonials and write here card. Then you have to now write here p tag class lh and write here lg. Then you have to now write here I tag class like this and write here FA code left like this and write here move down and write paste the text simply. Then after pasting the text again, I will be using the tab button to paste this tag under the login. So you can see now we are just getting the text. So till here I got the text, so I will be removing one line from there. Then after writing this, you have to create here I tag FA code right. Then you have to move down and write here div class and write here ratings. Then you have to write here P1. Then after writing the ratings, you have to create here I tag class FA star. Then you have to write here class FA star. Then again you have to create class FA star like this. So you can see now we have just created this, and here you have to now just write here I tag and write here FA star like this, and then you have to write here class FA star. Then when you written this, you have to directly move down after this tag, create here div class testimonials, and then when you've written this, you have to write here picture. So I will be writing like this, and then you have to directly write here images slash, then write here testimonials, then you have to write here client tool. Then you have to directly write here class rounded. Then I will be now just moving here and write here circle image fluid. And when you've written this, you have to directly write here div class, and then I will be writing here testimonials and write here name. Then when you've written this, you have to write here h3, and again I will be writing my name, so I can just show you the change which we are doing here. Then you have to directly move down, and here I will be now just writing here p tag class and write here fw light. Then you can just write here finance manager like this. And now when you've written this thing, just here you have to directly move down, create div class carousel item, and then you have to create here div class testimonial and write here testimonials cards. Then you have to now create a tag of p tag class lh-lg. Then you have to write here I tag class FA code left. So here I will be now writing dash code left. Then here you have to now directly move down, paste this tag here. Then you have to directly press tab to make it forward like this. After taking it at the forward, you have to now directly do one thing. You have to now remove this one line which we have done in the previous step here. So I will be now just doing one thing. I will be moving after this tag and write here I tag, give here the class of FA code right. Then when you've written this, you have to directly move down, create div class which should be ratings, and then in this I will be now writing here P1. Then you have to write here I tag class FA star. Then I will be now just moving down and write here class again, and after writing class you have to write FAS star, create another tag FA star, and then write here class FA star. Then when you've written this thing, just here you have to now directly do one thing. Here I will be now moving down after this, write here class FA star. Then you have to now just move down after this tag and write here div class and write testimonials. So here I will be now writing underscore and write here picture. Then you have to now just write here images slash. Then I will be now writing here testimonials, write here client 3. Then you have to now directly do one thing. You have to now just write here class rounded circle. So here I will be now writing class rounded circle like this. And after writing this, you have to write here image fluid. Now you can see we have just written this, create here div class, and in this div class I will be writing here testimonials and write here underscore name. Then you have to now directly do one thing. You have to create here a tag which should be like h3 and right here again my name, so I can just show you the difference here. Then create a class of like fw light. Then after editing this, you have to now give here post of the user. So I will be writing here like manager, global brand manager like this. And after writing this tag, you have to now just move after the two divs which we have create here the div class carousel item, and then you have to now create here a tag which should be like div class, and write here testimonials, and write here underscore card. Then you have to now directly write here p tag lh. Then I will be writing here lg. Then you have to now write here I tag class FASFA, right here port left. Then when you written this, you have to now directly move down and then the paste the tag which we have just written. Remove this one line from here, and after removing, just press tab to take this two lines forward. Then you have to now directly move down, create I tag class and write here FASFA port right, and then you have to now directly move down, create here div class and write here ratings, and then write here p1. Then you have to directly write here I tag class FASFA start, and here you have to now directly move down, create here class FASFA start. Then you have to now write here class FASFA start, then write here class FASFA start. Then when you written this, you have to create another tag of class FASFA start. Then when you've just done with this tag, you have to now directly move down, and after moving down this, you have to now just write here div class testimonials. Then here you have to now write here picture like this. Then when you've written this, you have to directly write here images slash and write here testimonials. Then write here client code like this. Then you have to now directly write here class rounded. Then I will be now writing here circle image fluid. Then you have to now directly do one thing. You have to move down, create div class of like testimonials, and write here name. Then you have to now write here HP. In HP, I will be writing my name, so I can just show you the difference again. Then you have to write here beta class and write here FW type. Then you have to now move in the center, write here CEO, and then I will be writing N founder. Then you have to now directly move down, create a div class text center. So here I will be now writing like this. Then you have to now button, I will be writing a tag of button, write here class BTN outline, and write here line. FASFA, then I will be writing long arrow like this, and write here alt left. Then write here type is equals to button, and write here data BS target is equals to carousel. Then I will be now writing example captions like this. Then when you've written this, you have to write here data BS slide is equals to preview like this. Then when you've written this thing, just here after doing this, you have to now move down after the close button tag which we have just written here. Then you have to create another button tag with the class of BTN outline, and then you have to write here light FA long arrow. Then I will be now writing here alt right. Then you have to now write here type is equals to write here button. Then you have to write here data BS. So here I will be now writing data BS target is equals to carousel. Then I will be now writing here example captions like this. Then after writing this, you have to now directly do one thing. You have to write here data BS slide, and then you have to write here next. Then you have to now directly do one thing. You have to just move down after the divs which we have created here, and then you have to now directly do one thing. You have to now just do another thing live. So just now here, if I just show you, you can see till here we have just done all that stuff here, and after doing all these things here, you have to now directly move down after the div tag which we have created. And after moving down, you have to create another SVG tag like at the top we have created 2 times. Then I will be writing here XMLNS, then I will be writing HTTP. Then you have to now directly write here www.w3.org/2000 and write here SVG. Then you have to write here viewbox like this is equals to 001440 and write here 320. Then you have to close this, and then you have to write here path tag here, create fill, and in this fill I will be now writing here byte like this. Then here you have to close this tag, and after closing you can see here we are not getting a SVG. So here you can see we are getting the path tag here now. And after writing, getting this, you have to write here fill opacity. And then here, after writing this fill opacity, you have to now this right here is equals to 1. Then you have to create here d is equals to, and then the number value we have to write. So again, I will be moving to my main notepad file which I was just showing you, and then down we were getting some svg files here. So I will be now taking that svg file if I show you. So you can see this here, we will be getting one svg file. You can see this is the svg which we want to take. So I will be taking this svg directly here. So you can see we are getting this svg, and till here we have to take this svg. After taking this svg file, you have to now directly close this, and then here we have to paste the svg file. You can see this is the svg file which we have taken now. Then move after this section tag here, and then create another section tag of id. FAQ means frequently asked question, which I shown you in the start. Class should be also FAQ. Then you have to write here div class container, right here div class row here like this, and right here text center. So I will be now writing this. Then you have to create here h1. Then you have to write here h1 class display 3. Right here fw bold. Then right here text uppercase like this, and then in the center I will be writing FAQ means frequently asked question, which is the heading which I written. Now after writing this, you have to now just do one thing, like here you have to now directly just take a tag here, means you have to write one tag again. So for writing the tag, you have to directly do one thing, you have to move down, create your div class, and write here heading 9. Then you have to now just write here again a tag which will be like b tag class lead. Then here I will be now just writing here frequently. So here I will be now writing frequently like this. Then I will be writing ask questions, and then you have to write here get knowledge like this, and then I will be writing here before, and write here head. And then when you just written this, you have to now directly do one thing, you have to move down, create div class, and write here row empty file. Then you have to now write here div class call md12, and write here div class, and write here accordion. Then you have to now write here id, write here accordion like this, and write here example. Then you have to now write here div class which will be accordion dash item, write here shadow dash, or you can say like this md3. Then you have to now directly write here h2 class, and then here I will be writing accordion, and write here header id, and then in id I will be writing heading 1. Then when you've written this, you have to move down, create button tag, and create here class accordion, and write here button. Then you have to write here type is equals to button. Then I will be writing data vs toggle is equals to collapse. Then you have to write here data vs target is equals to, and then write here collapse like this, and write here 1. Then you have to write here area expanded. So here I will be writing area expanded like this, and write here true. Then you have to now write here area controls is equals to, write here collapse 1 like this. Then you have to now directly write here what are the main features like this I will be writing. And after writing this, you have to now directly do one thing, you have to create id here collapse 1. Here I will be writing. Then you have to write here class, and then write here accordion like this, and write here collapse. Then you have to now directly write here collapse again, and write here show. Then you have to now directly do one thing, you have to now directly write here area label. So there I will be now writing like this, and write here area labeled like this y is equals to, write here heading 1. Then write here data vs parent is equals to, then write here accordion. Then write example like this, and when you have create this, you have to now write here div class, and then I will be writing accordion, and write here body. Then when you've written this, you have to write here strong tag here. In this I will be now just writing here this is the first items. Then I will be writing accordion body like this. Then you have to now directly move forward here, and then you have to put here the lorem tag. You can see we have put here, and after putting this lorem tag, you have to now directly move after this 3 divs here, create another div tag, and then I will be writing here accordion, and then write here item shadow sm, write here mb3. Then right here just remove this sm which we are getting after the shadow. Then you have to write here h2 class, and then write here accordion, and write here the header tag, write here ID, then you have to write here heading 2. Then when you've written this, you have to now write here button, then write class accordion, write here button. Then after writing this, you have to write here collapse. Then you have to write here type button like this, and then you have to now directly do one thing. You have to write here data vs toggle is equals to collapse, and write here data vs target is equals to collapse like this, and write here 2. Then when you've written this, you have to now directly do one thing. You have to just write here area, expand it, and write here false. Then you have to now just do one thing. You have to now write here a tag which should be like this, and you can see when you have written this thing, you have to write here area controls is equals to write here collapse 2. Then you have to now directly move down, write here do I have to pay again. Then I will be writing after try like this. Then you have to now write here diff ID, and in ID I will be writing collapse 2 like this, and write here class which should be accordion, and then write here collapse. Then when you've written this, you have to just write here area labeled. Then here I will be now writing y is equals to heading 2. Then write here data vs where it is equals to accordion. Write here example. Then when you've written this, you have to just now create a tag which should be like diff. Then write here class which should be accordion body. Then you have to move down, write a strong tag, and then you have to now just make this same which we have just written. So I will be moving here, and I will be copying this like this. And after copying this, you have to paste it here. So now I will be pasting it. After pasting this tag, you have to move after the 3 diffs which we have written here. And after moving down, you have to create another div class accordion. So here I will be now writing this. Right here I type shadow MD3. Then you have to now write here H2, and then you have to create here the class accordion header. So here I will be writing accordion header ID, which should be heading 3. Then when you written this, you have to write here button class, and in class I will be writing accordion like this, and write here button. So here you have to write button is accordion button like this. Remove one tag here. After writing this, you have to now directly do one thing. You have to write here collapse. Then you have to write here type is equals to button. Write here data vs toggle is equals to, then write here collapse. Then write here data vs target is equals to, write here hashtag collapse 3. Then you have to now write here area expanded. So here I will be now writing this, and write here false. Write here area controls. So here I will be now writing this is equals to, then write here collapse 3. Then you have to now directly, I will be moving down, create here how can I get started after try. Then when you've written this, you have to now move down, create the ID, and write here collapse 3. So here I will be now writing this, write here class accordion. Then I will be now just moving here, and then I will be writing here collapse. Then you have to now write here area labeled. Then I will be now just writing area labeled by heading 3. Then when you've written this, you have to write here data vs parent. Then when you've written this thing, just you have to now write is equals to accordion example. Then you have to now directly move down, create here div class, and write here accordion body. So after writing this, you have to now paste this tag. Save it here and then reload. You can see now if I show you, we are getting all that menus like testimonials, FAQ we have just written, and then these are all the things which we have just getting here. After getting that all stuff here, you have to now just move after the 3 divs which we have written. After moving down this 3 divs here, you have to now just create another tag here. So here I will be writing div class accordion item shadow. Then I will be now just writing here MD3. Then you have to now directly write here H2 class accordion header, and write here ID heading 4. Then you have to now directly write here like button class, and then I will be writing here accordion, then write button, and write here collapse. Then you have to write here type button data vs target or you can say toggle here, which should be like collapse. Then I will be now writing here data ts target here, which should be like collapse like this, and write here code. Then when you've written this, you have to directly write here area expanded. Then after writing this, you have to now write here this tag, and after writing here, you have to write false, and then write here area controls is equals to, then write here collapse code like this. Then when you've written this, you have to now directly do one thing. You have to move down and write here can I be refunded, and write here if I am not satisfied like this. Then you have to not directly do one thing. You have to move down, write here div id create collapse code like this, and then you have to now write here class. In class, I will be writing accordion and write here collapse. Then you have to now directly do one thing. You have to write here area labeled y is equals to, and write here heading code, and then you have to now just write here data ds parent, and then I will be writing here accordion like this, and write here example, and then write here div class accordion body. Then I will be now just moving down, and then you have to write here and paste it. After pasting this tag, you have to now directly do one thing. You have to move after the section tag which we have created, and then create another section tag of id portfolio. I will be writing here, and then write here class should be portfolio. And after writing this here, you have to now directly right here, then you have to move down after the section tag, create div class container, and then you have to move down, create div class row, and then write here text center, and write here empty file. Then you have to now write here h1 class, and write here display 3, and then you have to write here fw bold, and then write here text capitalize, and write here latest 1 like this. Then when you've written this, you have to now directly do one thing. You have to write here div class heading, then you have to write here line, and then you have to move down, create here p tag class, and write here leave. Then you have to now just move down, create here lorem with some $sig. Then I will be writing concept feature like this, and write here add pcc. Then I will be writing valid, then write here send borrow like this, and then write here tempo rebus. Then I will be writing here this in here. Then when you written this, you have to now just write here div class, and then you have to write here row empty5, and write here empty4 g3 text center. Then you have to now write here div class, and write here call empty12, and then after writing this tag, you have to directly move down and create button class, and then you have to write here btn outline, and write here primary, and write here type button. Then you have to write in the center all, and after writing all, you have to create another button tag which should be having the class of like btn outline, and write here primary, and then I will be writing here type button. So here I will be now writing button, then I will be writing here websites. Then when you just done this, you have to create button tag btn outline, then I will be now writing here primary, then write here type button, then you have to now write here design like this. Then you have to now directly move down, create button class btn outline primary, then write here type is equals to button, and here I will be now writing mockup like this. Then you have to directly move down, create div class row, and then you have to now just directly do one thing. You have to create div class column, then I will be writing lv4 column d6. Then you have to now directly write here div class portfolio, and then when you written this, you have to write here box shadow. Then you have to write here images slash, then write here portfolio, and write here portfolio 1. Then when you written this, you have to directly write here title. Title should be portfolio 1, write here picture. Then you have to write here class image fluid like this. Then you have to now write here a tag. So here I will be moving down, create div class portfolio, and write here info. Then you have to now write here div class caption. Then here I will be writing h4, and write here like project, and then I will be writing name goes here one like this. Then when you written this, you have to write here p tag, write category, and write here project like this. Save it, and after saving this, you have to now do one thing. You have to move after the code if. So here I will be moving down and write here div class call ng4, write here call md6. Then you write here div class portfolio. Then I will be writing the box shadow. Then here I will be writing images slash. Then I will be writing portfolio and write here portfolio 2. Then you have to write here a title. Title should be portfolio 2 picture like this. Then when you written this, you have to now directly do one thing. You have to write here portfolio and write here 2 picture. Then when you've written this, you have to write here class image fluid. Then when you've written this, you have to directly move after this tag here and create a div tag. In this div tag, I will be writing portfolio and write here info like this. And then you have to write here div class and write here caption. Then you have to now write here h4 and write here project name goes here and then write here 2. So here I will be taking this p to capital. So I will be now writing like this. After writing this tag, you have to move down and write here p tag and write here category, and then you have to now just write here category project like this. Save it, and after saving this, you have to move after this code is here. So I will be now moving down, create here div class call md. Then I will be now just writing here code. Write here call md6, and then you have to write here div class, which should be portfolio, and write here box shadow. Then you have to now directly do one thing. You have to move after this div tag here, write here image tag and write here images. Then you have to write here portfolio and write here portfolio 3.jpg file. Then you have to now directly write here the title of portfolio 3 picture like this. Like at the top we have written at the top. Then here you have to write image fluid. Then you have to now directly do one thing. You have to move down, create div class and write here portfolio info. Then you have to now directly do one thing. Here you have to write div class caption, and then you have to now write here h code and write here project name goes here 3. Then you have to just write here category. So here I will be now writing category project. Then here you have to move after the project and create a div of like call ng. So here I will be writing div class call ng4, right here call md6, and then you have to write here div class portfolio. So here I will be now writing portfolio dash box shadow, and then you have to now write here images slash and write here portfolio, and here I will be writing portfolio 4 like this, and write here title, write portfolio, and write here 4 picture. Then when you've written this, you have to directly write here class image fluid like this. Then you have to now directly move down after this tag, create another div here which should be portfolio info, and then you have to now write here div class caption. Then you have to now write here h4 and write here project name goes here 4. Then you have to directly move down and write here p tag and write category project. Then you have to save it. After saving this thing, you have to now directly move after the 4 divs again like this, create div class and write here call ng4 and write here call md4, or you can say 6. Then here you have to write div class portfolio and write here box shadow like this, and then you have to now directly write here image slash portfolio and write here slash portfolio 5. Then you have to now directly write here title and write here portfolio 5, and then I will be writing picture, write here class which should be image fluid. Then you have to now directly move down and create here div class portfolio. Then I will be now writing here info means information. Then I will be writing div class caption, and then you have to write here h4 again and write project name goes here 5. Then write here p tag and write category. So here I will be writing category project like this. Save it, and after saving this, you have to create another div of call ng4, call md6. Then you have to write here div class portfolio and write here box shadow. Then you have to now write here images slash portfolio and write here portfolio 6. Then you have to write here title, and in title I will be writing portfolio 6 picture, and write here class image fluid like this. After writing this thing, you have to now move down and create here div class and write here portfolio info means information, like at the top I tell you. Then create here another div for caption, write here export project name, and then write here goes here 6. Then you have to move down and create p tag and write here category project. So here I will be writing, save it here, and then you have to reload it. So you can see now when I reload, so we are getting all the latest work here, means 6 latest work we are getting in our portfolio, which is looking good. So you can see how good looking is that. So after getting that all stuff here, you have to now directly do one thing if I show you. So we are getting portfolio project here. Then you have to now directly do one thing, you have to move after this tag here. And after moving down, you have to now directly do one thing, you have to create a div class called lg4 and write here call md6. Then you have to now write here div class and write here portfolio box. So here I will be writing portfolio box shadow. So here I will be now writing shadow here. Then you have to create image tag images slash portfolio again, and then after this I will be writing here portfolio 7. Then write here title and write here portfolio again like this, and write here 7 picture. Then you have to now directly give here the class of image fluid. Then after writing this tag, you have to move down, create here div class portfolio info, and then after writing this, you have to now write here div class caption, and then you have to now write here export project and write here name goes here 7. Then you have to now directly write here p tag and write here category project like this, and then you have to now move down after the project, create another div tag called lg4, write here call md6. Then you have to now write here div class and write here portfolio box shadow like this. Then you have to now write here images slash portfolio slash and write here portfolio 8. So this was our portfolio 8 which we are just writing. Then write here portfolio 8 picture, write here class, and in class I will be writing image fluid. Then you have to now directly move down after this step. So I will be now moving forward, and here I will be just doing one thing. In the end I will be moving here. Then you have to move down and create a tag which will be like here div class, and then write here portfolio and write here info, write here div class, write caption. Then you have to now write here h4, write here a tag which will be like project name goes here 8. Then you have to now move down and write here p tag, write category, and then write here project like this. Then when you've written this, you have to directly do one thing, you have to move down after this tag. So you can see we are just getting all the things perfectly working. Create another div class call lg4, then write here call md6. Then here you have to now directly do one thing, you have to move down, create here div class portfolio box. Then I will be writing here shadow. Then you have to now write here images slash portfolio and write here portfolio 9 this time. So I will be writing here 9. Title you have to write here portfolio 9 picture. Then you have to give here the class image fluid. The class here I will be writing. Then you have to write here div class, and then I will be writing here portfolio info means information. Then I will be writing div class again, which will be caption. Then I will be writing here export and write here project name goes here 9. Then you have to write here p tag, and then I will be writing here category. Then I will be writing project. After writing this, you have to now directly do one thing here like this, and then you have to move after the section tag which we have created. And after moving down, you have to create a section ID here, which should be like contact. This is the last section which we are building. Then give here the class of like get started like this. Then you have to write here div class and write here container. Then you have to now write here div class and write here row text, and then I will be writing here center. Then write here h1 class, and I will be writing here display 3 and write here fw bold. Then you have write here text capitalize like this. Then you have to now write here get started like this. Then you have to just move down, create here div class heading. Then I will be writing here line. Then you have to move after the close div here, p tag, and write here class lhlg. Then you have to now directly move down, create a lorem ipsum here. So I will be now writing a simple lorem ipsum text which we are getting at the top. Here it is. So I will be copying this text here. Then I will be now just moving down and pasting this text like this. After pasting the text here, you have to move after the div tag and create div class row text white. So here I will be now moving down, create div class call 12. So here I will be now writing call lg6 and write here gradient like this, and write here shadow, write here p3. Then when you've written this, you have to now write here div class cta info w100 means width 100 like this. Then you have to move in the center and write here h4 class, and then you have to write here cta info and write here like control Z. I will be now just writing here, and then in this I will be just writing here display. So I will be now writing here display should be 4 and write here view 4. Then here I will be writing 100% satisfaction, and I will be writing here guaranteed. Then when you've written this, you have to write here p tag and write here lhlg. Then you have to now directly write here a tag which should be like, I will be pasting the same text here which I have written. Then I will be now moving down, write here h3, write here class display 3. Then I will be now just writing here brief. Then you have to directly write here what will be the next step. So here I will be now writing here. Then when you've written this, you have to directly make this question mark here, write here ul class, and then I will be writing here cta info and write here list. Then when you've written this, you have to move down and write here li, and then here you have to write here we will like this, and then I will be writing here prepare. So here I will be writing prepare the proposal like this. Then after writing this, you have to directly write here li tag, and I will be writing here we will, and then I will be writing discuss it together like this. Then when you've written this, you have to write here li tag, and I will be writing here we will, and write here, or you can say I will be directly writing here let's start the discussion like this. Then after writing this, you have to now directly write here div class all 12 call lg6 and write here vg white and write here shadow, write here p3. Then you have to now directly do one thing. You have to now just move down after this tag and create a tag. So here you can see we have now just written this thing, and after writing that all stuff here, you have to directly do like create a class here, and in this class I will be writing here form dash, or you can say directly write here w100 tv2. Then you have to write here h4 class, and I will be now writing here display 3 and write here title, and then you have to write here md5. Then write here to start your project like this, and after writing this, you have to now move down, write here form action, and then you have to write like this slash and write here class row. Then you have to write here div class, and then you have to write here call md6, and then you have to write here call md. Then I will be writing here like this and write md3. Then you have to write here input type text, and then you have to write here placeholder which should be first name. So here I will be now writing like this. Write here id which should be input first name. So here I will be now writing this. Then you have to write here class shadow. So here I will be writing shadow form control, and then you have to write here form control again and write here lg. Then you have to now directly do one thing. You have to move down, and here I will be writing this class and write call lg6 call md and md3. Then you have to now directly write here input type text, and then I will be writing here placeholder is equals to last name. Then I will be writing id input last name like this, and then I will be writing here class shadow form control, and I will be writing here form control lg. Then here I will be now moving down and write here div class call lg, and I will be writing here 12 mp3. Then I will be now moving down and write here input type email like this, and write here placeholder, and then you have to now directly write here email and write here address like this. Then you have to now write here id input email like this, and then you have to now write here class shadow and write here form control, and then you have to write here form control, and then you have to write here LG. And here you have to directly write here div class and write here call LG12 and write MD3 and write here text area. Then here you have to directly write here message. Then you have to now write here placeholder, and then after writing the placeholder you have to write here message. Then in ID I will be writing here message. Then here I will be writing rows 8. So I will be removing the columns here. I will be writing here rows should be 8. And I will be writing here 8. Then you have to write here the class should be shadow form control. And I will be writing here form control. So here I will be writing. Then write here LG. Here you have to now directly move down, create div class, and then I will be writing text center. And write here dgrid. So here I will be writing MT1. Then I will be writing button type should be button. So here I will be writing this. Write here class BTN and write here BTN primary like this. And then I will be writing here rounded pin and write here PT3 PV3. Then when you've written this, you have to directly do one thing. You have to now create a submit button. So I will be creating a submit button. I tag with the class of FASFA paper plane like this. Then when you've written this, you have to directly do one thing. You have to move after the section tag, create a footer tag here, which should be having the class of footer. Then after writing this, you have to now just create another tag here. So here I will be writing a div class of container and write here div class row. And then after writing this, you have to create here the div class, which should be call MD4, call LG4, contact box like this. And here I will be writing PT1, DMD block like this, and then I will be writing DLG flex here and write here D flex. Then when you've written this, you have to directly write here div class, and then I will be writing contact box, and I will be writing underscore icon. Then write here STD XMLFS. Then I will be writing http://www.w3.org/. Then I will be writing 2000 STD. Then I will be writing class icon, and here I will be writing icon tablet. And you have to now directly write here icon tablet and write here food on. So here I will be now writing this and write here new box is equals to 002424. Write here stroke is dash width is equals to, then write here 1 and write here fill none, and then write here stroke is equals to line cap. Then here I will be writing round. Then I will be writing here like stroke dash. Then I will be now writing here line joint is equals to round. Then after writing this, you have to now directly move down and create here path stroke is equals to, then write here none. Write D is equals to, then you have to now write here M00 H24 V24 H0 Z. Then when you've written this, you have to write here fill and write here none. Then you have to now just close this tag like this. After closing this, you have to now create a path tag D is equals to. Then you have to paste the link here. So I'm just getting the link on my file again. So I will be moving to the footer section here. And after moving here, you have to now directly move at the top, and here we are getting one footer section. If I show you, so you can see there it is the footer section which we want. At the top, if I show you, you can see these are the footer section. So I will be taking this footer section till this SVG here, and like this I will be now pasting this SVG till here. You can see these are the footer which we have just put here. Then create a div class of contact box here, and then write here info like this. Then you have to write here a tag, create class contact box, and then you have to now write here info, write here title dash title, then write a random number which we have written at the top in the starting. So I have written that. Write here p tag. In p tag I will be writing contact box. So here I will be writing contact box info, and then here you have to write dash subtitle. Then you have to now move in center and write here Monday dash Friday like this, and write here 9 AM, and then you have to write here to 6 PM like this. Then when you've written this here, you have to now directly do one thing here, like I will be moving down after this tag, create a div class of like call MD4, write here call LG4, contact box here I will be writing, and write here PT1. So here I will be now just writing contact box PT1 DMD block like this, and write here DLG flex Then here when you return this, you have to write here d flags like this, and then you have to now directly do one thing. You have to move down, create a div class, and then you have to write here contact box again, and write here icon. Then you have to move down, and after moving down, we will be getting our SVG here, I think. So here, if I move down, you can see this is the SVG with the path links here. So I will be making it down here. You can see this is the SVG which we want. Then after taking the SVG here, you have to move up down after this div tag, create a div class here which should be like contact box. Then you have to write here info. Then I will be now writing here a tag. Then create here the class of contact box, and write here info. Then write here title like this. Then give here the business email. You can write here company info.company.com, like random business email. You can write any. Then you can write here contact box and write here info dash. So here I will be now writing subtitle, and after writing subtitle, you have to now just write here online support. Then when you written this, you have to now directly create another div class of like call md4. So here I will be now writing call md4 like this. Then again call mg4 contact box. Here I will be writing pt1. Write here dmd block. Write here dmg flex here. Then write here d flex. So here I will be now writing d flex like this. And after writing this, you have to now directly do one thing. You have to write here div class contact box, and I will be writing here icon. Then again we have to copy the SVG link which we are getting here down. So I will be moving down after this. If I show you, so here this is the SVG link which we are getting here down. So I will be now just pasting this SVG link here as well. After pasting the SVG link, you have to move down, and then we have to close the SVG as well. So I will be moving down and then closing the SVG. Then you have to write here div class, and after writing the div class here, I will be now writing here contact box, and I will be now just writing here info. Then you have to write here a tag and create here the class of contact box, and here I will be writing info title. Then here in the center I will be writing New York, comma. So here I will be writing comma USA. Then you have to write here p tag. Write here class of contact box. Then I will be now just writing here info dash, and then write here subtitle. Then I will be now writing here NY1012 US. Then here you have to directly do one thing. You have to now move down after this four divs tag here and create another div of class. Then here I will be writing footer sm. So here I will be moving down. Then here you have to just do one thing. You have to write here style tag, write background color, and in background color I will be writing 2121 like this. Then write here div class container. Then when you return this, you have to move down after this tag, and here I will be moving down again. Create another div class of row py4 and write here text sector. Then I will be writing here text y. Then you have to directly write here div class call lg5. Then I will be writing call md6. Write here md4 and write here md0. Then after writing this, you have to directly write here connect. So here I will be now writing connect with us on social media like this. Then you have to write here div class, and then you have to create call lg7, call md6. Then you have to now write here a tag, and then you have to write here I tag class, and then I will be writing FAT Facebook like this. And then you have to now just copy this tag here by pressing Ctrl C. So I will be pressing Ctrl C to copy, paste it, paste it, paste it, paste it, and paste it. Then we have to now change the links here, like I will be writing here Instagram. Then at the top I will be changing it to like LinkedIn. Then here I will be changing it to like GitHub like this. Then you can write here like Twitter. So like this I can write. Then here you have to directly remove this one from here. Then when you return this, you have to now just move down after this four divs which we have created. Then after moving down, here you have to now directly press backspace here as well. And after just moving down, you have to now just write here div class and write here container empty5. Then you have to write here div class row text by. Write here justify content center and write here empty3 pv3. Then you have to now write here div class all12 and right here call SM6. So here I will be writing right here call LG6 and right here MX auto. Then right here H5, create a class in H5 which will be like text capitalized, and right here FW bold like this, and then right here company name. So here I will be now writing company name like this. Then after writing this tag, you have to now directly write here HR class, and then I will be writing BG white, and then right here D inline block, and right here MD4. Then you have to now directly write here style is equals to width, right here 0 pixel, or you can say 60 pixel I will be writing, and the height of 2 pixel. Then when you've written this, you have to now directly write here feedback class LH-LG, then paste the tag here. So our tag is at the top. If I show you, this is the lorem ipsum tags which we will be using for this. Then here I will be now directly moving down and pasting this text here. Then you have to directly do like this and copy like this. Like this. Then when you've just written this, you have to now create a div class of call 12. Right here call SM6, call LG2. Then here you have to write MD4, MX auto. Then when you've written this, you have to write here H5 class, and then I will be writing here text capitalize, and then you have to write here FW bold. Then you have to now write here products like this, then write here HR class, and then I will be writing BG white, and write here D inline block, then I will be writing here MD4. Right, the style is equals to width 60 pixel, and then I will be writing here height, which should be 2 pixel. And after writing this, you have to now directly do one thing. You have to write here UL class and write here list inline. Then I will be now just writing here company list. So here I will be writing like this. Then you have to write here LIA tag. Then I will be writing here lorem ipsum like this. So here I will be now just writing this tag. Then you have to now copy this, and here you have to paste it like this. And then when you written this, you have to directly do one thing. You have to move down, create a div class of like call 12, and right here call SM, and right here like this call SM6, and right here call LG2. Then you have to write here MD4, right MX auto, and then you have to now directly move down, create H5, and then you have to create here the class text capitalize, and then I will be writing here FW bold. Then you have to write here useful links. So here I will be now writing useful links like this. And after writing this useful links tag, here you have to write HR. In HR I will be writing the class of BG white, and write here D inline block like this, and then you have to write here MD4. Then write here style is equals to width, and write here 60 pixel. Then you have to write here height 2 pixel. Then you have to now directly do one thing. You have to create UL tag class, and then I will be writing list inline, and write here company list. So here I will be now writing company list. Then you have to directly write li tag a tag. Then in this I will be writing your account. Then when you've written this, you have to directly copy this tag from here by pressing Ctrl C. Then you have to paste it, paste it, paste it. Here I will be moving and writing here help. Then you have to directly move here, and then I will be writing here create an account. So I will be writing create an account. Then I will be moving at the top. Here I will be writing become an affiliate. So here I will be writing become an affiliate like this. Then when you've written this, you have to now directly write your account, save it, and after saving this, you have to directly write here div class call 12, and write here call SM6, call LG. Then I will be writing here 2 MD4, right here and next auto. Then when you've written this, here I will be now just directly do one thing here like H5 I will be writing class, and then I will be writing here text capitalize. So here I will be writing text capitalize right here FW bold, then right here capit like I will be writing here contact. Then you have to now write here HR class, and then I will be now just writing here BG white, right here D inline blocks, and here I will be writing like this, and right here MD4. Then you have to now directly write here style width, and then I will be writing 60 pixel, and then you have to write here height should be also 2 pixel. Then when you written this, you have to directly write here UL class which should be list inline. Then I will be writing here company list. Then you have to directly write here li, and LIA tag, then I will be writing here lorem ipsum again. Then you have to now directly copy this tag from here and then paste it, paste it, paste it. Then you have to directly move after the divs which we have created here, and then you have to write here div class footer. Then I will be writing here bottom pp5, right here pb5. Then after writing this, you have to create here div class container. Then you have to now write here div class, and then you have to write here row text center and write here text height. Then you have to now write here div class call12 and write here like div class and write here footer. Then you have to write here bottom like this and write here copy right. Then you have to now directly write here and copy like this with the capital text here and write here copyright 2023 A tag. There I will be writing company and then A tag slash created by, and then you have to write here A tag. So here I will be now just moving and writing here A tag like this, create http slash code with, and right here just I will be writing in style.com. Then I will be just now writing here target is equals to underscore blank. Now when you written this, you have to write here my name again, save it. Then I will be now directly doing one thing here, like I will be writing here br tag. Then I will be writing here distributed by A tag here and write here http slash. Then I will be writing themevegan.com. Then I will be writing here target is equals to underscore black. Then when you've written this, you have to now just do one thing. You have to now write here theme vegan. So here I will be writing. Save it here and then reload. So you can see now our website is ready here. You can see this. We have just created our amazing personal portfolio site, which I've telling you from the start. You can see I've included all the things which I've shown you in the demo and to build this amazing personal portfolio site. So I hope you understand how we have built this amazing personal portfolio site. It was really big site which we have built from start, but I hope you understand how you can build big sites using Next.js 13 and Tailwind CSS. So with the Tailwind CSS, we have given these amazing effects here, and I hope you understand. We have here used the Bootstrap library as well to put some logos. You can see these are the logos, and the link which we were copying, that was the link of Bootstrap library which we were copying here. So I hope you understand how we have done these all this stuff and how we have built this project here. So if you have understand this project which we have built of portfolio website, remember to hit a like to this video, and if you are new on this channel and want to see more videos like that, so remember to hit subscribe, and after subscribing hit notification bell as well, so more people can learn and they can understand how we can build this project using these all amazing languages. So I hope you understand this, and if I show you in the responsive, you can see totally responsive it is, but here it is not showing it. So I hope you understand how you can just build this. You can see if I show you in responsive, it is totally responsive here, and I hope you understand this. How you can just see in responsive, like you can see totally responsive project it is which we have built. So I hope you understand this project which we have just built here. Now personal portfolio site using Next.js and Tailwind CSS, means using Next.js 13 we have built this. So just if you have understand this video, remember to hit a like, and if you are new on this channel, just subscribe button. After subscribing, hit notification bell so more people can learn and they can understand how we can build this project using these all amazing languages. So just tell me with you next project with more amazing things and more amazing tutorials. So for today, goodbye.